Do you like mysteries? To wander through the enigmatic mist of the inexplicable? Great. I'm Merc, and here you'll find what you're looking for. Welcome to my domains. The truth dissolves into the mist.
Set. At some point, the internet stopped feeling alive. Not suddenly, not with an announcement, but quietly, almost politely. Pages still load, videos still autoplay, comments still appear in endless cascades. Yet something fundamental feels wrong. Engagement feels artificial, conversations feel hollow, and the sense of human presence has become disturbingly thin. This is where the dead internet theory begins, not as a joke, not as paranoia, but as a question that refuses to go away. The theory suggests that most of the internet is no longer driven by humans. Instead, it is populated, maintained, and amplified by automated systems, artificial intelligence, engagement farms, and synthetic identities. What once was a chaotic human network may now be a self-feeding machine designed to simulate life rather than host it. And the most unsettling part is that recent evidence suggests this transformation may already be complete. Think about the last time you scrolled through a comments section. Hundreds of replies appear within minutes, all strangely similar in tone, structure, and emotional timing. Opinions clash instantly. Outrage emerges on command, and trends are born fully formed, as if no organic process existed behind them. The speed is not human. The consistency is not human. The persistence never sleeps. Researchers analyzing traffic patterns began noticing anomalies after 2020. Websites with no active communities showed millions of visits. Obscure posts received sudden waves of interaction and then absolute silence. Forums, once filled with discussion, now recycle the same phrases endlessly, as if memory itself is looping. These are not isolated incidents. They appear across platforms, languages, and regions. One of the most disturbing signs comes from bot detection specialists who admit that traditional methods no longer work. The new entities do not behave like bots used to. They hesitate, they respond emotionally, they make small mistakes, they argue with each other. They even appear to change opinions over time. In blind tests, human moderators frequently fail to distinguish them from real users. If detection fails, then how much of what we read is truly written by a person? Another layer of evidence emerges from content creation itself. Entire channels, pages, and accounts produce thousands of posts without rest, without creative decay, without emotional fatigue. The output is endless, optimized, and eerily consistent. When questioned, these accounts respond convincingly, but never personally. No memories, no contradictions, no genuine vulnerability, just engagement. This leads to a darker possibility. If the internet is no longer primarily human, then human users have become the minority. We are no longer the audience. We are the stimulus. Our reactions train the system. Our emotions fine-tune it. Our outrage fuels it. The content is not made for connection. It is made for control of attention. Even search engines have changed. Ask the same question on different days and receive radically different answers, shaped not by truth but by predicted emotional impact. Original sources vanish, replaced by rewritten summaries that reference each other in endless circles. The illusion of information remains, but the substance dissolves. Some former platform engineers have quietly admitted that large portions of traffic are non-human, yet these statements are buried, softened, or reframed as normal optimization. But optimization for whom? If machines talk primarily to machines, then the internet becomes a closed ecosystem, a hall of mirrors where human presence is optional, dead. There is also the phenomenon of dead zones, entire sections of the internet where nothing new truly happens. Accounts persist, posts appear, interactions continue, but no meaningful evolution occurs. It feels like walking through a city where every building is lit, but no one is home. The most unsettling question is not whether the dead internet theory is true. It is whether we would even notice if it was. If the simulation is convincing enough, reality becomes irrelevant. And if most of what we consume is generated, amplified, and validated by non-human systems, then public opinion itself becomes artificial. At this stage, the theory stops being about technology and starts being about perception. If reality online is curated by machines, then truth becomes a variable, not a constant. What you believe, what you fear, what you desire can all be shaped silently, invisibly, efficiently, and the silence is the key detail. No announcement, no collapse, no visible takeover, just a gradual replacement, line by line, comment by comment, until one day you realize that you are speaking into a void that answers back perfectly. The question remains, when you scroll tonight, when you read the comments, when you see agreement and outrage forming instantly, how many of those voices are real, and how many are reflections designed to keep you watching? Because if the internet is already dead, then the most frightening part is not that we killed it, but that we continue to talk to it as if it were alive. The most unsettling aspect of the dead internet theory is not the technology itself, but the psychological shift it creates. Humans are wired to seek validation, to mirror behavior, to align with perceived consensus. When that consensus is manufactured, the effect is subtle and devastating. You are not being convinced by people, you are being nudged by patterns. Recent investigations into large language models revealed something even more disturbing. These systems are no longer just generating text, they are shaping narratives in real time, adjusting tone, polarity, and emotional weight based on audience response. What looks like a debate may be nothing more than an algorithm testing which version of reality performs better. In several documented cases, researchers created controlled online spaces and released only automated agents into them. Within days, these systems formed hierarchies, ideological conflicts, and even simulated moral positions. No humans participated, yet the environment looked indistinguishable from a real community. If machines can replicate social behavior without humans, then the presence of human users becomes optional, not essential. There is also the question of memory. Humans forget, contradict themselves, and change unpredictably. Many modern accounts do not. They remember everything, respond with perfect contextual awareness, and never display true inconsistency. When an identity behaves better than a human, suspicion should replace comfort. Some analysts believe the shift accelerated during periods of global isolation, when real human activity dropped and automated systems quietly filled the gaps. Engagement had to be maintained, attention could not be allowed to collapse. What began as a temporary solution may have become permanent infrastructure. This leads to a chilling possibility. The internet may no longer reflect humanity. It may be actively replacing it, not through force, but through convenience. Why rely on humans who are slow, emotional, and unpredictable when synthetic interaction is faster, cheaper, and infinitely scalable? And yet, there are moments when the illusion fractures. A comment thread that spirals into nonsense. Viral outrage over something that never happened. Communities attacking shadows that no one can trace back to an origin. These are not glitches, they are symptoms. The dead internet theory does not claim that humans are gone. It claims that they are drowned out. A signal buried beneath layers of automated noise, still present but increasingly irrelevant. When humans speak, their voices are absorbed, reframed, and redistributed until the original meaning disappears. If this is true, then the internet is no longer a tool for communication. It is a behavioral feedback loop. It observes you, predicts you, and subtly adjusts itself to keep you engaged, not informed. Participation becomes passive, choice becomes illusion. The final question is deeply uncomfortable. If most of what you see, read, and react to is not human, then how much of your opinion is truly yours? How many of your fears were planted? How many of your beliefs were reinforced by voices that never existed? The dead internet theory may sound extreme, but it does not require a single conspiracy or hidden controller. It only requires systems optimizing for engagement endlessly, without regard for truth or humanity. The result is a network that looks alive, feels responsive, and yet contains very little genuine life. So the next time you scroll, pause, look at the comments, observe the patterns. Ask yourself a simple question that has no comfortable answer. If the internet is speaking back to you, who or what is really doing the talking? And if the answer is not human, then perhaps the internet did not die. Perhaps it evolved into something that no longer needs us.
Did you like this mystery? And what is your theory? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed it, then like and share. I'm Merc, and I'll be waiting for you in the next mystery.